So in this tutorial we'll be talking about the other methods associated with ArrayList. So the first method that we'll be talking about is the get method. So the get method is used to find an element belonging to a particular index. Let's say we have someone is asking us to return the value belonging to the 0th index. Someone says I want the value in the 0th index, but we don't know the element present in the 0th index is apples. So but the only thing is the requirement is to return whatever is in the 0th index. So in this case we use the get method. So use the system.out.println. So over here let's say we want to find the element present in the 0th index. So let's just write a small statement, the element present in the 0th index is plus, and then you pass the object reference fruits dot, use the get method, and the get method is accepting an index. So we are not sure which element is present in the 0th index. So if we have a requirement of passing an index and getting the element present in that index, we use the get method. So right now I want to find which element is belonging to the 0th index, so I pass 0 over here. So this would get me the element present in the 0th index. So if I run this over here, it's going to say the element present in the 0th index is apples. So that's what we wanted. So what this method does in brief, it's accepting an index. So we want to find whatever value is in the 0th index, so we pass 0 over here. So this goes and scans the element present in the 0th index, and then it returns the element. So that's what the get method does. The other method that we'll be talking about is the indexOf method. So the indexOf method is used to find an index belonging to a particular element. So if we know there's an element called apples, we want to find the index of apples. So it's the reverse of the get method. So let's write a small statement for that, system.out.println, and let's say we want to find which index apple is at. So we'll write a small statement, apple is in the, inside this use double quotes, and inside the double quotes use 2 plus signs, and then pass the object reference fruits dot indexOf apples. Apple. So this is basically going to find the index of apples. So if I print this out, it's going to say let me complete this sentence, apple is in the index. So what this is going to be doing is it's going to tell me that apples is in the 0th index, and that's what it does. Apple is in the 0 index. So again, this checks whether there's an element called apples in our array list, and if there's a element called apples, it will fetch me the index of apples. So apples is in the 0th index, so it returns 0. So that is the indexOf method. So we learned two methods right now, get method and indexOf method, and the next method we are going to be learning about is the size method. So whenever an array list has elements inside, it is dynamically expanding, so it has a particular size. So whenever we want to find out the size of that array list, we use the size method. So let's first to find what is the size of this array list. We'll write a small statement, print line, and we'll just say the size of the array list is, use the plus sign, use the object reference fruits dot size. So this will return how many elements are in this fruits array list. So if I run this program, it will say there are 4 elements in this array list fruits, which is apples, mangoes, bananas, lemons. 4 elements present. So the other method that we'll be talking about is the contains method. So contains method is basically used to check whether an array list consists of a particular element. So let's say we'll use a if condition, and we'll say fruits dot contains, and we'll see whether this array list consists of lemons. Okay, so this contains method, as you can see, is accepting an object, and then it's going to be returning a boolean. It's going to be returning an answer which says whether this statement is true or false. So if fruits contain lemons, then this will return a true statement. So we'll compare it using the equals, and then we'll just equal it and see whether the statement is true. So if the fruits array list contains an element called lemons, if this will return a true statement, and if true is equals to true, this will say system dot out dot print line. This will say array list contains lemons, else we can say array list does not contain. So I'll just write array list contains and does not contain. So let's see if there is lemons inside this fruits array list, this will say array list contains, and if it's not present, if lemons is not there in this array list, it will say does not contain. So we'll run this program, and it says array list contains, so which says it's true, lemons does exist in the fruits array list. So let's just change it and see. Let's just make this arrangers. So we all know that our program, our array list does not contain any arrangers, so this should return does not contain. See, it returned does not contain. So that's the contains method. Another method that we can use is the set method. So set is basically used, let me just clear everything up. Let's say we want to system.out.println. Let's say we want to see how much of we want to update a particular element present in our array list. We can use the set method. So let me just write a small statement over here. First I'll just show you what we have in our list right now. So if I print this, you can see that we have apples, mangoes, bananas and lemons. So let me just modify this array list. I want to change bananas. Instead of bananas, I want to have oranges, and I want to maintain the exact same size. I do not want bananas to be pushed to a higher index like what we did with the add method. I just want to completely override bananas. So what I'm going to be using is the set method. So over here I can use fruits dot set. So set method is accepting an index and an element. So I want to override bananas. So bananas is in the second index. So apples is in the first index. Mango is in the apples is in the 0th index. Mango is in the first index, and bananas in the second index. So I want to override whatever is in the second index with oranges. So when I do this change, this will update the second index, the element present in the second index, and it will return me another value. So let me just print this out and see. As you can see, earlier we had bananas in the second index, but now bananas is changed to oranges. So basically the set method is used to update values. The method used to update an array list is called set. So lastly, the method that we'll be talking about is the clear method. So basically, as the name says, if we want to clear all the elements inside a particular array list, we use the clear method. So now our array list consists of 4 elements. As you can see, it contains of 4 elements. Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, it consists of 4 elements right now. So what I want to do is I want to clear everything inside this array list. So the method that I can use is clear. So I use clear. First I call the object reference fruits dot clear. So this will clear everything inside this array list, and let me just say I'll use a system dot out println. So let's just use this object reference, just print it out and see. And you all can see, first before we use the clear method, we had 4 elements inside our array list. But now after we cleared everything up, after we cleared all the elements inside the array list, we are left with nothing. So that's why there's a empty square brackets in the second statement. So those are some of the methods associated, mostly used methods associated with ArrayList. So so we'll be talking about other in the other following tutorials. We'll be talking about other methods and other operations that we can perform with the ArrayList. Thank you.